So here we are for the interview focusing on the film ELLE by Paul Verhoeven. Welcome, Paul. Thank you for coming into the studio here. We're delighted to have you with us here in Cannes in official competition. Hello, Isabelle. Welcome to you. You are ELLE in the title. You are the lady of the title. And you're back in Cannes again. You are the record holder of the number of nominations in competition in all of the different categories. Well done. You've won two Best Actresses prizes as well. Are you always as thrilled to come back to Cannes? Yes, I'm always as decided. I'm not under any pressure whatsoever. It's simply pleasure. And it's delightful also to welcome Laurent. Are you okay, Laurent Lafitte? Yes, I'm fine. This time you're here to present a film directed by Paul Verhoeven. I imagine it's very important for you. Yes, it's a highlight in my career, so I'm really happy to be here.
And Paul
Verhoeven is glad that you liked the film, of course. This was based on a film written by Philippe Dion. I spoke to him a little while ago, and we weren't sure who was going to make his book into a film. Paul Verhoeven, when did that decision get taken? When did you realize that this was the book for you to make a film out of?
Well, it happened immediately. The producer of the film, Saïd Ben Saïd, sent me the book and said, I didn't know him. I didn't know. I knew the name of the writer, but that was all. And he asked me if I wanted to shoot that movie as a movie. And I read the book, and I thought it was great, and it was something different that I had never done before. And so I said yes immediately. So it is about 1.5 years ago.
Alors, ELLE, évidemment, j'en parlais avec Philippe.
So this film is entitled ELLE. We were talking with Philippe Dion about it, and he said that Isabelle Huppert was the immediate choice. Philippe said even when he was writing the book, he was thinking of Isabelle to play the role. Are you surprised to hear that? Yeah, I was kind of surprised when he said that he had me in mind when he was writing the novel. But of course, when I read the novel, I thought that it was a very extraordinary character. But I didn't imagine that he could have been thinking of me when he was writing his book. It's kind of amazing, isn't it? But it doesn't really correspond to the characters I've played in the past, and that was why I was drawn to the role. Paul,
you
thought about making the film in the States, first of all, and then you decided to come to France. In the United States, would there have been an American actress to play the role because it was so immoral?
Je crois que c'est le cas, oui.
I think that is the case.
At the
beginning, I thought it would be a film I could make in the States because
the original plan
I had
was to
the
do that.
screenwriter.
But then basically found out that in the United States it was a story that they didn't like very much. Nobody. So then I knew, of course, that Isabelle had read the book and liked it very much. And then we went to Isabelle and said, sorry, we thought we would make an American movie, but we are not going to do that. And are you still interested?
Isabelle Huppert, j'imagine que vous, la moralité.
Isabelle Huppert, the morals of the character, did they scare you at all? Well, no, I wasn't frightened of her. I think in this type of story and this kind of thing, you have to get over the morals. You have to find out what's going on underneath that. Morals well, that's one way of reading the book. It's more interesting to get behind that and to see what can be hiding behind that. I think this person incarnates a certain notion of good. She's in a world where evil is all around, and I think that what stands out is a kind of purity in this character. So when you look at it that way, then you're no longer embarrassed by the amoral nature of it. What an interesting view. So she wants good. She refuses to be a victim. Indeed. That's her instinct, her first intuition to not to become an object. She becomes the subject. She's not suffering what is imposed upon her. She wants to control the situation. And that is quite a healthy reaction, a reaction of survival, and it's quite normal in my mind. So this is a thriller. It's not difficult to talk about it without revealing too much. So Laurent Lafitte, There's something quite great. There's such a permanent ambiguity with all of the characters in the film. So how did Paul Verhoeven direct you to make sure that you maintain that ambiguity, particularly in the way that you look, because your voice is very warm, but in your eyes we read something quite different, more scary. How did Paul get you to work that? Well, once Paul gives you the role, I think he thinks that he has done his part of the work. He's done his job. He's not really too psychological, and that means that he doesn't judge the characters. He's not judging what they do. And because there is no judgment there, then there's a certain amount of empathy, even with the characters whose reactions you don't really understand, who might scare you. You're with them because there's never any judgment, and there's no psychology. You're just telling a story. And if he's given you that role, it's because he knows that you can do it, and you can do what he's expecting you to deliver. So you don't want to be too psychological in your films, Paul, in the way you direct?
No, I don't believe in psychology that much, no. I think everything is possible. People can do extreme things without that being in character. And so I'm not into Freudian or Jungian or other explanations. I think we should take people as they are and come, like Isabelle a dit, la moralité.
As Isabelle has already said,
vraiment Nietzschean.
The morals, we've got to look behind the morals.
So c'est une autre chose.
It's something completely different. Yes, I like that take. I like your character's determination to see positive things in all of her reactions. That's what makes her beautiful. We've got no more time left, sadly. The interview is over. I have to stop here. Isabelle, Huppert, thank you so much for coming in. Well done for your acting skills. Thank you, Laurent. And thank you so very much, Paul Verhoeven, for coming in. Enjoy the festival. Thank you again for your film ELLE by Paul Verhoeven, which is in competition. We are now going to find out even more in the press conference.